So, is this is this like what we're supposed to do forever? I don't know, but that's not for me to find out today. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to find the answer to that question. And honestly, the biggest priority I have today is trying to feel better about myself and get over the self hatred because self hatred really has been a staple in my life, pretty much my whole life. I've tried to get my personal fulfillment in men, drugs, alcohol, my work, my friends, and I feel like I'm in the Matrix all the time. And I don't even know what the point of everything is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the point. Excuse me, I just had oat milk. I don't know if you guys like oat milk. I do, but it's a little thick for my taste. I kind of like a more watery almond. I don't know. um, but my priority today is to feel better about myself. Now, what do I do when I feel like shit? What do I do when I'm having a crash out? And usually, how these crash outs go is something triggers me. Ah, god damn it. My mom's calling. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. My mom thinks that I'm going to myself, so she is calling me. I'll call her shortly. But, what do I usually do? Well, something usually triggers me. Either, like, I see some sort of accomplishment someone does, or I look at my bank account funds, or I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, damn, yeah, girl lost her abs, you know? Or I look at my hair and I see like there's dead ends, but I'm like, I don't know if I can afford to actually go get those cut. And I don't know if I want to. And pretty much just questioning the entire the format of the American life. I can't speak on other life formats, but I will say the American life of a mid 20s woman in America. We were kind of just like raised to be the second half of a marriage, the entertainers of men, but also the intellects who know how to take disrespect and don't let it get to us. Um, I sound like I'm psychotic right now, but honestly, I am. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Well, I kind of am. The reality is that I am crazy. I'm a little crazy, and it's my own fault. It's my own fault. Unfortunately, I happen to be born in Florida, and I also happen to be born in 1999, right before these motherfuckers got invented. But when I say these motherfuckers, I mean iPhones. Um, and I also happen to be bisexual, so there's a whole other, like section of like struggles with that as well that kind of go along with the format of living for my type of NPC. But anyway, going back to the point of today, oh my god, I'm just talking so much. So crazy. Sometimes I listen to myself talk and I'm like, God, shut the fuck up. Like, nobody gives a fuck, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody likes you. But honestly, I'm going to accept that. And maybe I'll find people that do like me for who I am. And I'm really messed up. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully I can find all the other messed up people who are also the freaks and are a little gay as well. But anyway, going back to the point of this video is kind of just to give you a rundown of what I do to feel better about myself. And what I do is I take a day off. So I did that. Luckily, my boss is such a baddie, and she is an empath, and she also is. Oh, God damn it. My iPhone storage is full. 1 second. Anyway, as I was saying, sorry about that. My iPhone, the storage. But yeah. So usually what I do is I take a shower. Even if I took a shower the night before, I always I'm a believer that just being completely clean when you start a day of a crash, like post crash out, it's so much just more. You're pretty much starting with a baseline of like yourself. Nothing more, nothing less. Then I style my hair. My hair is very important. Important. Um, I will usually look at myself and I'll be like, "You're definitely not pretty enough for anybody looking like that. You kind of just look like a normie." Which nothing's wrong with being a normie, but this is what I'm talking about. The self hate. It starts immediately. As soon as I get out of the shower, I'm like, "So that's what your stomach looks like. All right, it's time to get your hair done so that you can focus less on that part." So I do my hair, and then I do my makeup. And usually my eyebrows, as you can tell, they're kind of like chopped off. It's because I like to change the shape of my eyebrows whenever I want. So, anyhow, I like change the shape of my eyebrows and then I get dressed. And I don't know if you guys know this, but everything in my closet is um, mostly everything is black because it's a lot easier for me to put together outfits when all of it's the same color and all matches. When they're all different colors, it's like overwhelming. And yes, I do still keep clothes that have color in them because I'm like, well, if I ever do music, if I ever do a music video, I want to have different outfits. I don't want to have to spend more money on more outfits. So anyway, so I pick up my outfit. It's usually like a black outfit, usually with black tights. Or if my toes look good and I had enough money to get a pedicure this month, then I'll show my toes as well. Because who doesn't like a good set of tootsies? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of low key. I low key have a foot fetish. That's kind of weird. But I just love feet, and I've always just loved people's feet. I think people's feet is a very intimate body part. But anyway. Anyway, so then I am like, well, shit. I can't leave the house without smoking a little ciggy because my boyfriend he introduced me to nicotine. Nicotine has always ran in my family. I heard that there's a side of my family that smokes a lot of cigarettes and drinks. Unfortunately, I got put with the side of the family that doesn't do that. So when I found out that that was a thing, I was like, "Oh, damn, really got the wrong side of the family." But oh well, I still love you guys if you're listening. You're different, you're different than me, unfortunately. It's hard to relate. But anyway, I have a ciggy and then I go out, and today in particular, like I said, I took the day off because my boss is amazing, and I told her I wouldn't be taking off if it wasn't important. And honestly, in my opinion, these moments where I can feel like a human being are very important for my well being because most of the time I don't feel like a human being. I feel like a robot in the Matrix. So when my boss can be accommodating to that, I literally, like, money cannot buy that. I would literally rather be broke. I'd literally rather be broke and be able to take an extra day off for my own well-being than make 100,000 a year personally. Even though I still have that goal in the future, I don't feel like I'm well enough right now to like pursue that sort of lifestyle where I'm not allowed to take days off. Um Anyway, so yeah, but anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I smoked a cig, and today I was planning on going to Orlando after work because that's where my sexual partner lives there. It's really embarrassing that I even drive that far to see him, but I really do love him, and he's my best friend, and he's probably gonna see this and cringe and be like, "Oh, it's not a part of my brand. It's not really." It's like, okay, shut up, bro. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but whatever. He probably wouldn't say that actually. He's probably gonna be like, "Babe, I support you," because that's the kind of guy he is. He's very supportive of me and what I do, and so that's why I'm still with him. Um. Anyway, so I'm gonna drive to Orlando, and I think like we're shooting some content tonight for his music. So I'm gonna go long, probably put my 2 cents in, probably talk too much because I tend to put my opinion. I tend to put my own opinion into the creative because that's what I love. I love aesthetics, I love storytelling and all that. But tonight, I'm going to be a good girl and I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let my man do what he wants because I also am supportive of him. And he really is a genius. I think my boyfriend is, wow, sorry. I, just, I can't believe I was going to say, like, um, it's nice to talk about this shit because I honestly don't feel like I talk about it ever. Or if I do talk about it, it's with Leanne and Emma, and it's like a therapy session for them. And now, if I just do this, everybody can be my therapist. And then I have so many therapists, and it's a lot easier. I'm sure my problems will get smaller if everyone's my therapist. I heard that that's how it works. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to Orlando, and as you can tell, I also have ADHD. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Orlando, do that. I'm probably gonna go to the gym because I really have been struggling with, like, food is literally my god, I would say. Like, food, like, if I could do one thing for forever, it would just be eating. I love eating. I love food. That is low key the original nicotine for me, but luckily for me, I found nicotine. So I'm not like as like into like, eating till I want to throw up anymore, but yeah, so I try to go to the gym to kind of like offset the overconsumption that I sometimes dabble in. And also, I always feel amazing, and I I just feel a release of all the BS that I'm processing in my mind. It's like I'm letting my mind empty itself, I guess, when I'm working out. And I'm a huge advocate of working out. It's just sometimes I'm so tired mentally. And so I think that's why I really never did sports growing up because it was just too much. Like on top of everything else I have to now like think about running. It's like I have to go through a million jump ropes to even like wake up in the morning. Um so yeah, so anyway, yeah, so like today is definitely going to be a day where I reset, I make myself look pretty, I clean, I maybe I'm going to do some tarot. I'll do some like tarot cards because that's my only hope um in believing that there's a higher power even though there's not. Like we all know there's not. I mean, maybe there is. But yeah, I mean, I think it's sad because I think like I was meant to be in a better mental space where I could do more than just the basics. And I'm trying to do more than just the basics, but it's just like once you have so many losses and you start to kind of realize that, oh wait, the finish line won't, like, it doesn't exist. And as somebody who like they only run because they see the finish line, as somebody that like sees the finish line or has like lived life as if the finish line was ahead, and then it's like boom, you I insert like traumatic event. I'm not gonna be specific, but it's like, oh wow, like I think like this is starting to get boom trauma, or I think a relationship's going well. I think that like I'm okay, and then like I'll just be someone will make a remark, or I'll experience something weird like at the store, or like at a bar or something, or I'll see something online and I'll see the comments, or I'll hear something that I don't like. I don't even know. Maybe it's just that I get triggered so easily now, and it's just like I'm on higher alert, and that's kind of, I guess, that's what PTSD does. It just makes you always on edge, and that's why I have turned to substances and sex to fulfill those needs, even though they have done nothing but cause more problems for me. And today I woke up and I was like, damn, you know what would be cool? If I actually made something with these feelings that I'm having. If I actually created something that maybe people would relate to, or that I could look back on and be like, you know what? I may have failed, but at least I made that video. Or I may have like maybe nobody loves me, but like at least I loved myself enough in that moment to use my gifts. So, yeah, that's it. That's it.